Top versus bottom. Let's have a go. All right, hello and welcome to the Matchday Vlogs live show. Let us know where you're watching the show from and smash that like button because it really does make a difference to the channel. We're here this evening to talk about the upcoming game. We're back at St Mary's. It is Liverpool at home. It's time to roll the dice. So we'll play the slot machine, as they say. That was a nice pun, that wasn't it? You like that? No, move on. We'll also be having a quick look back at the international break. Of course, it's another classic header at Wembley. Taylor Harder-Bessis getting his debut, getting a goal on his debut. A glorious header yet again at Wembley Stadium. And we're also going to be having a mention to the fact that it is Southampton's 139th birthday. So we're going to be asking the question, what is your most favourite memory of being a Southampton fan within those 139 years? It'd be interesting to know if someone actually has one that dates past 70 years, but there we go with that. Lovely stuff. And as always, this show is brought to you by the good old people over at Football Prizes, and this week is quite a big one. Oh, what Football Prizes got for me now? Can I buy this and then you give something else away? What? That's a ridiculous price. Would you like to win a signed boot from Matt Le Tissier? Well, you're in luck because our good friends over at footballprizes.co.uk are back with another amazing competition. This time it is to win a signed boot from Matt Le Tissier. Not only that, there's an instant win of an Adam Armstrong signed and framed shirt as well. Tickets are £3.95 and it is limited to a maximum of 149 tickets sold, so don't miss out on this one. Competition ends on Tuesday the 26th of November at 7:30 p.m. So head on over to footballprizes.co.uk and get your tickets now. How much would it cost to buy all 149 tickets? No, come on, it's unreasonable. There we go. What an amazing opportunity to perhaps get a very special Christmas present for someone, or maybe just have it for yourself, keep it for yourself. But yeah, go and head over to footballprizes.co.uk or just scan this QR code that's going to be up for the next 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds. So go and head on over and have a chance to win it. It is only 149 tickets, and I think there's about 90 left. So go and check them out before they're all grabbed up. Hello, welcome to everyone in the chat section. Hope we're all doing well. How, Jack? Firstly, for you, how was the international break for you? Was it a nice bit of respite? Without the.
I've probably enjoyed the international breaks more than I've enjoyed the actual season so far. Everyone feels like a sweet relief. Every time we come on, I'm like, oh, thank God, I can have a little break from it now. Because it was just, yeah, it was pretty low coming out the end of it. But yeah, it's been a lovely international break, mate. I'm a little bit upset Bella's got the goal because now he's on, everyone sees him. That's how I see that.
We're down defenders. We can't give away anymore, can we?
But, listen, besides from that, it's been a nice international break, mate. Working hard, barely working, all that kind of stuff. How are you? How's life?
I'm good. Yeah. We're good. A little bit croaky this evening. You have to excuse the voice. Yeah, bit of a wild one. But yeah, no, I'm doing well. It's been rather... I don't know, as far as international breaks go, I'm never a massive fan of the international break, but I have to say
Usually, no. Usually I think they get in the way and they're a right pain in the ass. But this time, beautiful. Oh, take my mind off of anything else.
Yeah, exactly that. But we are, of course, here to talk about the upcoming game. But just a quick one, because I did see a few comments come in about the happy birthday, 139 years for Southampton Football Club. There are a few comments here about people's first or their most favourite memory, and of course one not so long ago was of course the Wembley final. And of course, that would be living in many people's minds. Like another header by Harwood-Bellis at Wembley. Adele Day with Matt Le Tissier. There we go. Yeah, absolutely. All those amazing goals scored by Matt at the Dell. Many, many happy memories. You got one in particular?
I will say, like, because of that, these posts today, I've seen a lot of clips from Wembley, like so many, just of the limbs afterwards. It's just like, what a day, mate! What a day that was. And
Yeah.
every day further into this season, it tarnishes it. But no,
And
Wembley is beyond it. It's
it
just an
is.
experience like
It
none
is.
other.
A lot of these are actually from Wembley. I think, well, the 76 final at the original Wembley. Wow. Were you actually there at Wembley? That'd be a pretty special one. It's Johnson Paint
I
Trophy is another one popped in here.
yeah.
I'm sorry, that game was over in the first 20 minutes, wasn't it? It was like we went 1-0 up fairly early on. It was 4-0.
The stress of the 1-0 lead. That's what really made the final.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? We're gonna
exactly.
ruin this any second now.
Yeah. Someone's jumped in already with this comment here, and I don't know how many other people spotted this, but I did immediately. If you look carefully at a certain Mr. Jack Stevens, he's looking slightly lighter framed than he normally is. I'm sure his arms are a lot thicker than that. And Jack very kindly just adjusted the photo for us. So it's like one of those posts, like it's a nightclub, but everyone's Erling Haaland. Or so we don't know what happened. Jack, if you're watching, where were you? And why didn't you make the photo? Were your eyes closed, or what happened? But yeah, you did absolutely spot that out. Yeah.
But what about you, mate? What's your Saints? What's your numbers? Your Saints memories? Come on, what's your beyond Wembley? Because obviously Wembley's insane.
Wembley's a given. Wembley was crazy, and it wasn't that long ago, so it's living very strongly in my mind. I'm going to say the win against Inter Milan at St Mary's has to be amongst there. Just that emotion and the feeling within the stadium of just like, oh my goodness, we've just beaten Inter Milan at St Mary's. That was pretty crazy. So yeah, but yeah, there's lots of people going on about the Wembley promotion. Only recent season to go older, so not had many memories in the flesh, but that is a cracker. Do you know what? I turned immediately to my daughter on that day when the final whistle went, actually probably about 2-3 minutes after I stopped screaming, and said, I don't think it's going to get any better than this, ever. But who knows? I might be wrong. So,
and he meant in life. He didn't just mean as a Southampton fan. He just you will never feel elation like this again. This is it.
Exactly. Good evening to Daniel watching over on Facebook. TC's coming with one here. The 8-0 versus Sunderland over 10 years ago now. Oh, wow. Was it really that long ago? My goodness. Yeah. Around the
for me, it's the two Portsmouth games in I think 2003. So one of them was 2-0, but one of them was 3-0. I went to both of those games, and to see the rivalry for real at the age of must be about 10 or so. 10. It's been like, oh, this is good, isn't it?
Spicy.
This is pretty different. I think that kind of changed me forever.
Did indeed. Yeah, I can imagine that. I think the only experience I've ever had with the derby, I think it was the FA Cup game. I think we equalised, and I was in the Kingsland North area, well, more on the Kingsland side, and over by the corner flag. And I just remember when we scored, I watched the corner flag just go past me like this, and it's just because there was a surge of people just rushing onto. I was on the pitch next to the corner flag. I couldn't believe it. So me, I don't do that stuff.
You should have had a stadium ban. You've heard it here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, seeing on my ticket allocation, they just docked everything. Yeah, that's stadium ban incoming. There we go. Enough of this, Isaac. We don't want this. Lowest points tally this season.
Talk about the best moments here, Isaac.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
There's another part to show that, Isaac. Come on. Let me see. Joe's here. Even though we'll be celebrating my 60th birthday tomorrow. Oh, happy birthday. And my retirement, hoping for Everton and Southampton win would be a great weekend. Oh, so we've got an Evertonian there. Lovely stuff. Well, many, many happy returns. You're not quite as old as Southampton Football Club, but 66 is a grand age. Congratulations. That's fantastic stuff. Right then. Should we talk about the obvious things?
Do we have to? Because I was just thinking, that was a lovely thought. Now let's talk about.
It's nice, wasn't it? It's nice. Happy birthday to Southampton Football Club. Right, moving on. Straight in there. How are we feeling, Jack?
Ah,
I made you a
God.
slide, especially. Okay, this is obviously. We have some injury concerns. Two massive ones. Yanni B and Aaron Ramsdale are both going to be out for, I guess, the next. The foreseeable. Do you understand right that Ramsdale might be back before Christmas?
I think it
But
was
Yanni
six
B's
games. That's what I've seen.
okay. So obviously it is a massive blow coming here from Russell Martin. They'll both be out for this weekend and a number of weeks. Aaron has had an operation on his finger. He'll hopefully be back on the side this side of Christmas. Yanni B, we spoke really quickly after the game. He was really worried about his knee injury. Thankfully, the injury is not as significant as we fear. Hopefully a week or two before Aaron. Oh, okay. So, yeah, maybe a bit better than what we thought. But that's a big blow, though.
I mean, I do have that inside scoop about Aaron Ramsdale from the day of.
Do tell. I didn't
my,
know if you had any NDAs that you need to hold by.
One of my good friends is drives a car in Bournemouth, and he had the pleasure of driving Rambo to his medical appointment that day. They got there. Rambo went in for 5 minutes, came back out, and said, "I was meant to go to the place in Manchester."
Whose mistake was that? Did you find out whose mistake was that? Because that's
Aaron's.
quite a. Oh, really? Did he not check his email?
No, he just didn't read it properly. Just went to the wrong place.
So he knows of 2 doctor surgeries, one in Manchester, one in London. And he went
Good to go. Nice one.
50-50.
Rambo.
Nice work. Nice work. Yeah, but did he say whether that injury was done at the Wolves game? Was it done at the Wolves game, you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I suspected.
Probably done during the game. We just sort of bit through it. Because it's such a big blow, man. You've seen his keeping stats so far this season. You know, he's class. He's made such a difference at the back there. Even though we can't do anything at the front, it would have been, I think, a lot worse. Would have been.
It was so difficult. I mean, we haven't really talked about that Wolves game, and the energy was
I don't really want
low
to.
after that. No, but it was, I don't know, unforgivable to have no shots on target against a side such as Wolves. No disrespect to any Wolves fans out there, but I think you'll agree that it's definitely worth a go, especially with the current record. But yeah, handing them
not even
victory is
not even
is
like that upset about the decisions in that game either. You know what I mean? Even after, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about that. I care about the no shots on goal.
Yeah, which is mad, and that's not the nicest away section. But there we go. So yeah, so I guess it's the return of the Mac. Now look, Maka did have a pretty good display in the playoffs. He only conceded 1 freakish goal against West Brom. He does all right.
Sure.
I think for me though, I mean, Rambo's been fantastic and probably stopped the scoreline being very different on every occasion he's played. I just don't want Maka to be needed that much. And I think if he's not relied on as we rely on Aaron Ramsdale, i.e. just don't let those shots come in, it might be right. Might be deluded.
It's good to. I think the good thing is the pressure's off him a little bit because it's like we all know this isn't permanent. So that it's off of him in that sense. So he's already, and we already know what the frailties are. But let's be fair, the frailties, there is that little thing when you've got Maka and goal of they won't play across the back as much because they know it's going to be terrible.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But there's also a part of it right now that thinks they're being so stubborn about this that they're going to do that anyway. And that scares me.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be the first time, really, that I feel we've played, apart from City, but like Liverpool are elite right now. And it really scares me to think, what's an elite tear you up Liverpool team going to be about? You know, with Klopp, we gave him most of his good team, so he had a bit of a like, it's Southampton, you know, fair play. Slot doesn't have that.
No, he's not going to know us. He's not going to know what is owed.
Pep's got a bit of love for us. He loved Ralph, you know. But Slot doesn't. So I feel like this is going to be the one where we're like, this is what happens when an elite team comes here. And it
Have you
scares
been
the heck.
surprised? Have you been surprised by Arnie Slot's success at Liverpool, in the sense that I mean they didn't really
I,
buy anyone.
oh, yeah, but I always knew that other fellow was holding him back. Whatever his name was. I understand why everybody thought
Yes.
he was so good.
Yeah, everyone rushing to get Jurgen Klopp tattoos. Yeah, yeah. Well, you know,
It's mad, isn't it? If they
yeah,
win it this year and like he eclipses them quick, that'd be pretty funny. But like it does go to
yeah.
show that all this talk over the past few years, like fair play, he would have set them up in a good spot. But maybe if he hadn't complained so much, and maybe he sorted the team out properly, he would have won more.
Exactly that, exactly that. But it'd be quite amazing to see because I get the impression, and I could be completely way off on this because it's just my outside impression. I don't look too deeply into the ongoings on at Liverpool, but it kind of feels like he's got more out of the youth talent at
Yeah,
Liverpool, and he's utilizing it. He's not just going, oh, we've got too many games because I want to play my best 11 at every single game. You can't do that. You play in all these competitions. The reason why you have a deep squad is so you use it,
yeah,
But yeah, it kind of feels like he's got a bit better at that sort of side of things.
annoyingly,
Annoyingly, yeah,
annoyingly.
he's gone
And,
absolutely
and here's the
firing.
thing with Yanni B out, that's the big thing. Even maybe for me, maybe more than Rambo, because I can kind of deal with Maka in front if I know he's got like a sturdy pair. But Stevens and Bellis kind of scares me a little bit.
hmm Yeah. Well, should we do the team lineup?
Let's do it.
Let's do the team lineup. Isaac, we'll catch you later, man. Enjoy,
Good to see you, bud.
and I'll remember that for the score predictions later on in the show. Lovely stuff. Right, so let's head on over to the starting 11 of the 11 that we think will be starting against Liverpool at the weekend. Right, hang on, how to do this? There we go. We're back. Lovely stuff. Obviously, let us know your preferred 11 in the comment section, in the chat section, and we can certainly have a look at those to see how they compare. But I guess the obvious thing is going to be McCarthy.
Lumley.
Lovely.
Oh,
Do you imagine where we'd be if we'd not given Alex McCarthy that deal? We would have Lumley in goal. Would that be about? Would you be worried about that?
no, because I feel we would have got another keeper.
What have I done here? Goodness me.
But they're not sponsoring us, mate. Can't be showing that.
How do I get this? Get out of the way. Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh no, he's broken it.
Oh, Alex McCarthy. There you go. That's all I need to do. Sorry. I'm new here. I'm sorry. Right, let's have a look at this back line. Okay, I would guess Harwood Bellis starts,
Yeah,
given he's the best defender in England right now.
in the world.
In the world. Look at that. He's top of the list of Taylors.
So he should be.
So there he's in. So who does he pair with? Russell Martin did allude to the fact that it will be down to who's good at playing with who. So what does
Ronnie
that mean?
Evans Stevens.
So what do you reckon? Is it no show Jack Stevens, or I'm alluding to the photograph, by the way, not to his ability at defending, just in case that gets misconstrued.
Would it? I mean, it's got to be, really, hasn't it? It's got to be Stevens and Bellis.
Yeah.
But part of me thinks maybe he'll go for a free because there's no Yanni, and I don't think Jack and Taylor's a great combination.
Okay. So you think he's going to go for a 5?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Mate, reintroducing Armal Bellacoccia.
Do you reckon?
Why not?
Be a bit wild.
Go for it.
Yeah.
We need some steam over here.
Yeah.
Let's channel these buzz, and for lectures like this, it's going to light a fire.
Gotcha. Uh-huh. Dun, 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 dun.
Because then after we lose on the weekend and he doesn't start that lineup, everybody will be like, "Well, you got to start Bella Kotchap," and we can be like, "We were
He's
right
a
a week
German
ago."
international. He's a German international, as they say. Okay, so you're gonna go with Carl
I think
Peters down that side.
I think Walker Peters and Manning.
Okay,
So Manning on the left, Walker Peters on the right.
so no Sugawara.
No Sugawara right now. I think Manning played really, really well against Wolves. I think he's been playing really well recently, and the dropping would be a bit harsh.
Yeah,
But at the same time, later on in the match, it's not too much of a difficulty to take him off, put Kyle on the
yeah.
other side, and let Sugawara come on.
He also scored. Ryan Manning also scored a perfectly good goal.
Exactly.
Okay, I think I made my point there. That's enough. Flynn is not injured. Am I right?
Flinius Downs. I don't think so. Someone correct us.
Cossio was pulled because it was a knee issue, wasn't it? Right before the Wolves game. Okay.
And then I think, how about this, right? Downs and Matty Fernandez,
Yeah.
right? You do that, and then you spread the other two, so it's Diblin and Sulemana, and Tulpool in the middle, and we have the funnest team that you could possibly have.
Oh my word! Which side you put in Fernandez? You put them over. Hang on. Who did you say? Dibbling.
So Diblin,
Dibbling.
Sulemana on the upper wing. So now it's like you want the two in the middle. So you want like Fernandez in front of Downs.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
Like that.
the two wide players.
Okay. You want Sulemana?
Yeah. When you see it put together, you'll be like, "Oh, Jack, you're so right."
Space. You want Tall Paul?
And then Tulpool.
Oh yeah. Why not?
Tell me
Why
that doesn't
not?
bang. Tell me that doesn't bang.
So you're putting Tall Paul right up front, all by his own.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
All that power.
So,
But he won't be on
nice.
his own because you've got to have Dividend and Suleimani just going crazy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, that's quite majestic in a way.
It's beautiful, right?
Mm.
It's
I
an
know what you
art
mean,
piece.
though. Yeah.
Look, really, on that pitch, you have 4 defending players and the rest are attacking.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Go for it. Just go
Just
for
that-
it. Why not?
I can see it just being found out in midfield.
We're going to get found out regardless, pal. No matter what we do.
Yeah.
So you might as well have a
fair point.
big
That's a fair
defensive
point.
line.
Let's go over to the chat section, see what they are saying. We will get onto the Liverpool injuries as well, because I understand there are 1 or 2. Paul saying Jack Stevens now, I'm guessing. Let's see. Flynn is okay, unless he's been eating chicken. He's just speaking facts. 100% facts. Ever since he got that chef. Delgo saying there, how we doing? Russ will do that, but with armor up front. Yeah, could do.
Little armor. I don't know.
Getting absolutely overrun.
Maybe he starts armor over. How about this? He starts armor over Diblin, and then second half he brings on Diblin and Sugawara at the same time. Completely switches that right side up.
That's a good point. Saying Andy saying Flynn may get overrun in midfield. That's my worry. I think he might need another. Although you're going to have Jack Stevens slightly higher, aren't you? That might also be.
You know what? I've seen it. I've already seen it. Right. I know what my score prediction is going to be with this lineup. I know what's going to happen. So I've had the vision, so it's fine. Don't worry about it,
It's
guys. We're gonna
happened
be fine.
before. It's happened before. It has happened before. There we go. Lovely stock. So say it's a claw pull diamond midfield. No.
It
Don't
won
say that.
games. It won games.
It did. Yeah. It was either 0-0 or 1-0, wasn't it? God, I'd take 8 right now, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Right, are we locking this in?
Lock
Seems
it in,
deluded
baby.
enough. Let's lock it in.
Lovely stuff, Lynn.
As I mentioned, appeal here. Do you know what? I did want to try and get Puel out on the back of a Saints shirt once, but they wouldn't
Petty.
allow it. They wouldn't allow it. Apparently,
Petty man.
my form of attack wasn't negative enough. Like that. It's good, isn't it? It's good. Lovely stuff. Right. I need a laughter track just to help me out. There we go. Lovely stuff. That is your chosen 11. Your chosen 11. We did have a big say in it, but we were listening to the chat session as well, so we put that in there as well. Right then, let's move swiftly on to... Where is it? Not that one. Score prediction. Here we go. Right. This is, of course, the section of the show where Jack and I will be giving our score predictions ahead of Sunday's game. And it's your chance to get involved as well by putting in your score predictions in the chat section. And we will be going through all of those right after we've divulged ours. Right. I'm sure it's your turn to go first, Jack. So right. What you're feeling? What you feeling?
This is what's going to happen, right? We're going to win 1-0. Tool Paul's going to score it.
Okay.
And it's going to be a Flynn Downs masterclass of midfield in which he does get sent off around 88 minutes, but we still win. But it's not a normal red card. It's a couple of yellows, and it's just an absolute round of applause. And they're all professional fouls. They're all like, "That's how you play the game, brother."
To make the final minutes extra terrifying.
Absolutely, yeah. It's gonna be a bit. The rest of the team will be like, "We're doing this for Flynn. Yeah, that's what we're doing it for today." Oh, Bella Kotchap steps up. It's gonna be the making of men.
Absolutely glorious. I would absolutely love to see that. And you know what? I'm going to join you. I'm going to say it's going to be 1-0 as well. If I have to back a win of any kind, and we're at that stage of season where it's getting a little crazy, then I'm going to have to go for a 1-0 Saints win.
You're going 1-0? All right, 4. 4.
No, what's that time when, of course, was that Danny Ings goal we scored, wasn't it? Yeah. I mean, last time this game we played at St Mary's, it was 4-4, wasn't it? So
yeah, that was a fun time, wasn't it?
Predicted that. That's absolutely crazy. I literally say that as there's 44 people within the section right now. How we doing? Please don't forget to smash that like button. It really does make a difference. Right, let's go through these score predictions, and we're going to start with Paul, who's feeling positive. He's going for Southampton 2, Liverpool 1.
Not bad.
Like that. Second to these, putting 3-0. I don't know which direction he's put. No, I've kind of got a feeling it might be to Liverpool, looking where the scores around. Jarvis is also feeling a little uncomfortable with the fixture. He's going for a 4-0 at Liverpool. Second to these actually changed it. He's going for a 5-5. Who knows?
Worse.
St Andy's going for a 5-1 Liverpool, with Saints going up 1-up initially. I'd take that. No, I wouldn't take a 5-1 loss. That's ridiculous. Well, I don't know why I said that. TC, either we get smash and grab 1-0, or we get massacred 6-0. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Maybe. We haven't been hammered yet this season, just saying. I suppose we have, actually.
Don't have to say it, though, do you?
No, you don't. Aiden's feeling confident. He's going for a 2-0 Saints. Love it. Absolutely, why not? And Southampton FC mega fan is going for a 1-0 Saints. Somehow, some way. I feel it's like the start of a song or something like that. Fantastic stuff. Well, there we go. You can, of course, get involved in the score prediction section. Just put in your thoughts in the comment section. If you're watching on replay, let me see. There's another one here from Luke. 1-0. Macca win, Jack back over. Well, it certainly will if he gets a clean sheet on Sunday. That would be for sure.
My one regret at that Puma night is that I should have gotten a picture of Alex McCarthy. He was there and God no, but I should have bolted over and gotten that picture.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Should have done that. Yeah, lovely stuff. Right then. Lovely stuff. Was there any particular fixtures this weekend that you're thinking, oh, that looks a bit spicy?
I don't even know what the other games are, mate. I've stopped enjoying football, haven't I? That's what I've done. I've started watching it. It's really good. Oh, we got this weekend. I mean, Bournemouth Brighton. That'd be quite a fun one to watch. Annoyingly,
big derby, big South Coast derby. Huge. Geographical, so it's a derby.
If any two South Coast teams are rivals, it's Brighton, Bournemouth.
Brighton. They're both beginning with B. They're on the South Coast.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Sorry, Crystal Palace.
The Battle of the Bees. Not Brentford. That's a different B. But the letter B.
But you know what? I'm also going to enjoy Ipswich United on the way home. That'll be quite a nice thing to just keep an eye on.
Yeah. There's also
Old Trafford.
Spurs, Man City as well. It's happening as well.
That's not big. That sounds. I actually couldn't think of anything worse than watching Spurs Man City. Sounds like a terrible.
Spurs always beat them. Don't they? It's a weird one, that one.
What do you like about Spurs this season? First favorite thing about them.
They're beatable at home.
Anything else?
Ella Morris, the women's team.
Exactly. That's what matters. The women's team. But yeah, it's just I don't care about Tottenham. I don't care about City. The fact that Pep signed this extension means all sorts of terrible things. So rubbish. Southampton all the way. That's all we care about.
Tony Taylor here saying we'll comfortably lose 3-1, then we'll say how great we played. Do you know, I did a video, I'm not sure if anyone saw it, on the channel, and it was to do with why Russell Martin is still here. And I kind of made a point to 3 reasons. Reason number 1 was the contract. Reason number 2 was the sort of players that we have and how they would adapt to a new management style. Are they a relegation kind of battling side? And number 3 being the fans are still on side. And I have had quite a few comments on that video to say otherwise. Would you say that the majority of fans are still on side right now?
I think there's still I think it's a weird one because I think the fans are really behind the team. And because we turn up every week and we're still selling out, and everybody wants to see this team succeed, so that's good.
Yeah,
but are they behind Martin? Are they behind the ownership? No, I don't think they are. And I think the annoying thing for those people that don't like it is that unfortunately those two things go hand in hand. Because I think the ownership likes Russ, and I think that long-term goal is what they're looking for.
Yeah,
it is. It's not that you have to concede to going down this early because that's not what we're doing here.
No,
but you have to think like you look at some signings and how things are playing out. Like, what have we bought those for? If not, just in case we go down.
Yeah.
What's this long-term planning saying? Because there's I look at Ronnie Edwards, Charlie Taylor, what's his name, Woods.
Yeah.
What are those players bought for? If it wasn't for, you won't play that much this season.
I always thought they'd be loaned out. Immediately.
Loaned out. And just none of the business seems quite right. So it's difficult, man. It's difficult because I'm so still giddy from last season and I loved it so much. I love being going to these games, and this season's been so hard.
Yeah.
And it's hard because the players aren't there, because those players are definitely there trying to do something. It's just having another one of those strict managers. And it's not just Russ, because it was the same with Ralph.
Yeah.
Those managers that they have their way, and that's the way we're doing it. And the nice thing about last season was Russ seemed to be a bit more adaptive to that.
Yeah, but it still was a sort of
It
situation
was
where we.
still Rust Ball, but it changed up. The way we kind of did things, and the way it did change a little bit last season when it was starting to struggle a little bit. And this
Mm,
season, there's none of that. There's none of that. And it's not that you
yeah,
got to move away from your system; it's that you have to be able to adapt that system, or you have to play the game. You have to play the opponent that's in front of you.
yeah, yeah.
And a lot of the
I mean,
time, doing what we're doing ain't gonna do it.
no, no. And look, how many times did we see us, fail to get too much on target on goal, and then end up losing to a Stoke or a
Yeah,
Millwall, or get a draw against Rotherham United, and all these kind of results. You're thinking like, oh my goodness, how's this happened? And then in the Premier League, failing to get a shot on target, and it's like, is it really that surprising? But I mean, what is missing? Is it the fact that the quality of the players, or they just haven't had the time to gel yet?
I think for me, it's goals. That's what we know. It's goals. We're not scoring
Yeah.
goals. If we could score some more goals, if we had that lockdown Danny Ings, you know, it'd be a different story. But every time, but when you look at the team, it's like none of these attacking players are working. But let's be honest, how often are those attacking players in attacking positions? How often are they getting in there? The ball was so held up in midfield and so held up passing it around the edge of the box. Those players that are trying to make dynamic runs aren't getting fed the ball. And it's like you get that one opportunity to feed it to them, and 9 times out of 10 we don't feed it to them, and then it's another 5 minutes of build-up play trying to get back to that point again. It's just that shot ratio to how often you're in possession for. It's just unreal.
Mm,
We can't pick a team out. We can't unlock a defense by passing it around. How many times
yeah,
have we actually seen that work? But
yeah.
the goal against Everton was a really good counter attack.
Hmm.
Really good counter attack, which was then held up a little bit by playing sideways a little bit. But it
Yeah.
was still a really good counter attack because there was urgency to it. But we just lose all urgency once we
Yeah.
get to the front. So
And
I don't
scored
really blame.
because
Yeah,
Everton were caught out defensively in the sense that
yeah,
they had midfielders acting as defenders, and then they pushed forwards and gave space for. I mean, it was a great pass and a great finish from Adam Armstrong, but yeah, you're right. It was a quick getting it from the back to the front quickly,
exactly.
and counter attack. So
And you look at let's say the Archer goals against Leicester. Like
mhm,
those were really well worked on. There was pace to it. It's quick, and as soon as you get the ball to Archer in a position where he should be shooting,
mhm,
it goes in.
yeah,
You
and
know,
the
when
Archer
he's given
goal
that,
against
yeah,
Arsenal as well.
great goals. He can take those time. He knows how to turn and shoot, and he can do it. But how often is he getting that chance? Because we're taking so long to get the
Mm,
ball to him, and then when he's finally going to get the ball, he's crowded out because you've given the team so much time to retreat and get back. I think it's such a terrible attacking system that we've got. It's just it doesn't work. Like
yeah,
and if we can't see a game out for a team that has the most possession, what's the point of it?
yeah, 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 exactly that. And whether or not these players are physical enough. I mean, that's one thing I've noticed in the opposition we played. It just looked kind of like physically, fitness wise, not so much. I would say fitness wise, they're probably up there, but just physical presence on the pitch can be a little bit lacking.
There's
But
a lack. You know what there is, mate? There's a lack of rock and roll in this team. That's the problem. Diblin is the most rock and roll player in there.
yeah,
He'll turn and face him out and beat him, and the rest of them are scared.
yeah,
They're scared to show off, and you have to the best Southampton teams are when there are just rock stars in there. Pellet was a rock star. Lambert
mm,
was a rock star. Latiz is the most rock star. Like
exactly.
you need those players to pull something out of nothing, and we've not got that on anything. I've seen so many good points about the players that we've signed. It's like we had a spread. Like right, you can have 6 £15 million players, and one of them
Hmm.
might be all right. Or we could have just spent that money on one player. Is the business.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, like it's a bit like I don't like to give this man any credit, but like Bruno Fernandes for a long time in that United squad was the only good player.
yeah,
And because they were moments FC, it would just take Bruno to score something.
yeah. He'll
That's
be
what
the
you need. You
difference.
need exactly. You
Yeah,
just need someone like that in the
yeah,
team that can
yeah.
just pull it out of nowhere because you're gonna need those lucky goals. And no one in this team has the bottle to take a shot from 40 yards. No one.
Hmm.
There's no Romeo. Romeo was a rock star.
Yeah.
There's none of that. You got to give it a go.
So where's that fall on? I mean, ultimately, we are the sort of club that's not ever going to be a position that's going to be buying a known player. So is that down to recruitment? The fact that we haven't been able to recruit those rock stars, as you put it?
Yeah, I think it's recruitment. I think it's that, I'm sure they had a plan when Wilcox was here, but then that went out the window.
Yeah.
Who's leading that line of getting it in? And it's just that finding that confident player. There's someone who just like you feel it from them,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah. I know what you mean.
they're difficult to find. Annoyingly, like back at even Charlie Austin was a bit of one. You know what I mean?
He's down the road in Tottenham, isn't
Low key, like not a good rock star, but he was like
he? Yeah.
Richard Ashcroft. He had a hit. You know what I mean?
Giving the bench a bit of attitude. That's what you used
I
to
think
do,
that's
isn't
it. We're never going to get a Liam Gallagher. We won't be able to afford that. Richard Ashcroft might also be out of our league, but maybe like a Gaz Coombs from Supergrass. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. After he's finished his time at Liverpool and he's got probably one season left in him. Yeah, one of
That's
those.
all we need.
Yeah. Saint Andy saying, if we can't afford a rockstar forward, then let's borrow one from Chelsea. I mean, there are a few loan players I look at and think like Ugachukwu. I'm thinking like it's weird because I've seen an amazing amount of talent in that player from a few occasions I've seen him play, but then there's other occasions where it just goes completely missing.
Yeah.
So that's also a bit of a letdown. I think Maxwell Cornet as well. That's another one that hasn't really worked out.
Yeah.
See.
I thought about that the other day. I was sort of like, he's kind of like a bit like, who was it we loaned last season? Holgate. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, we have that other guy. We've seen once. It's like it's that's such a ridiculous sign that I completely forgot that he was there until some pictures came out the other day. I was like, oh my god, yeah, forgot he's here. What's happening there? Barrett and Diaz, nothing.
Barrett and Diaz, exactly.
Nothing.
That's another
Archer's
one.
The only one. Archer, Matty Fernandez, the boys that were here last season, and then it's difficult.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty tricky. Pretty tricky indeed. As I was saying, to be fair, Cornet hasn't been given much of a game time. Holgate was a disaster. Yeah, I think, but from the times that there has been a couple of games where he started and not really looked that great. So I don't know. Kind of seen enough.
Again,
we know he's an explosive player though.
The other thing is though, like when you look at how Cornet and Barrett and Diaz play, they both did that. It's a really stupid thing where they just hugged the wing, and they just stayed there static, and then when they play, and they just weren't involved in the game at all. It's like that can't just be how both of them play. They've been told to do that, and like, how much is like they are bad? Just like they've just been put in these ridiculous positions where they don't really want to be. It's either. I think that's the thing with Russ is he doesn't utilize players to the best of their ability. It's the thing with like Paul, like you've got a 6'10" player on your team and you need goals. Just throw them on at the end, and when you throw them on at the end, direct balls every time. Just do it because you might as well play to the strength. Yeah. You know, where does Brett Diaz best play? Is it out on the wing? Is it central? Is it in that kind of formation? Use what you've got.
Yeah. Use what we got, but but certainly, to go up against a Liverpool side on Sunday is going to be a big test. But we'll certainly see how that one pans out. Liverpool, of course, do have injuries of their own. I understand Alisson is going to be back in goal. Alexander Arnold is out, and I think maybe one or two others who names escape me, but also more on the youth side rather than the known side. But they've got some. Oh my goodness, Salah, Diaz, ex-Brighton players. Oh, Jota out. Someone says Jota's out. Jota's out.
You nice to see Big Virg.
Diego Jota's out. Yeah.
It's always nice to see Big Virg at St Mary's.
Oh, the return of Virgil van Dijk. My goodness.
I remember.
So we need a replacement for Wilcox. Yeah, of course. World Cup's moving on. Would have had an impact on the summer signings, wouldn't they?
What we need is a replacement for Martin Semmens.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm not sure they want another voice in that area of the club, do they? That's going to be, distraction.
Yep.
But there it is. But yes, no, me and Jack will be at the game. It's on a Sunday, this game. Sunday. 2:00.
Sunday. Is this our first Sunday game of the season?
I think it is. Yeah.
Must be.
There's a few more coming up over
Got some midweeks coming soon. Gosh. All sorts.
Yeah. The nights have drawn in, and we've got more football to enjoy. Midweek fixtures. And I'm sure we will be going down fighting. But we still hope.
Well,
still plenty of games to be playing. Still plenty of games to be playing.
If you watch the games, I feel like you'll think, yeah, we did go down fighting. But when you see the points at the end of the season, you'll think they did not swing once. They were like Tyson fighting Jake Paul. They didn't even bother throwing uppercuts. They were told not to.
Exactly that. That's a ridiculous fight. Can't believe that. Anyway, that's a different subject. That was a big payday. That was. Lovely stuff. What's this? We don't have a home 3:00 Saturday until Brentford in. That's mad. You're right. We don't.
But here's the good thing: in January, WWE comes to Netflix, and me and Mike are changing this to a wrestling channel. So you've only got a little bit of time to hang on to, so that'd be fine.
Exactly. If we haven't got 7 points by Jan, that may just happen. You never know.
By January, it's going to be WWMDV.
Lovely stuff. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a bit. It's a bit tricky tonight, but there we go. But of course, Jack and I will be there on Sunday. We'll be back in our usual spot in the Itchen North. Still got the Itchen North, don't we? Block form. So we're certainly hoping for at least a Southampton contest. And I understand there's loads of stuff happening in and around the ground right up until kickoff and after kickoff as well. So plenty of stuff going on in the northern fan zone. So be sure to get down to the game nice and early and have a good time. Enjoy yourself. It's supposed to be fun, isn't it?
Sure.
Yeah, it is. It will get better.
I love football, man. It's great.
But there it is. But thank you so much to everyone who's joined us this evening. As I said, please be sure to smash that like button. It really does make a difference to the channel. If you haven't seen already, go on, head over to Football Prizes and check out that amazing signed Matt Letizia boot. Like I said, there are only 149 tickets available for that one, so don't miss out on that. Maybe a nice little extra Christmas present for someone, or perhaps something for yourself. But you can use the QR code on the screen right now, or just head over to footballprizes.co.uk and search Southampton, and it will definitely pop up. There's also an instant win of an Adam Armstrong signed and framed shirt there as well. So in and amongst those 149 tickets, one of those actually has those behind it, that prize behind it. So it's an instant win thing that they do. Lovely stuff. Right, I think I've done all of that. Nice stuff.
Yep.
Well, thanks again. And as Floppy's saying, hit that like button. But as always, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Me and Jack will see you. Where's the outro?
Oh, he's lost it. Never mind.
I lost it. I found it.
Just hit X. Just hit X off of Google.
Exactly. Right. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. All right. See ya.